especially in depth about Sony's E3 rather than Microsoft's E3. Microsoft E3 is still, a little bit more under wraps. So we're going to start off talking about Microsoft's E3, which should get through fairly quickly because, as I said, there's less information. But here's what's rumored, and obviously some of this stuff is rumor, and some of the other stuff are pretty likely to happen at E3. But anyway, let's start with Microsoft. Here's what they have. Quantum Break, we saw the CGI trailer for that last E3. Sunset Overdrive, we just saw some actual gameplay released for that a couple days ago. Halo 2 Anniversary, it was like a few E3s ago. They presented the original Halo Anniversary. Halo 5, which we were supposed to be coming out the end of this year, I think. A Rise sequel that will apparently maybe take place in medieval times. So they're changing the time period that Rise, the sequel to Rise, will take place. And I know a lot of people are probably saying, why would they make a Rise 2? I think Rise, like I said, the original Rise had a lot of potential. I really believe it did. The only problem was the monotonous gameplay. So if they change that up and make the improvements, Rise could really be a good game. Learn from their mistakes on the original Rise, and Rise 2 could be really good. I would definitely still pick it up if this turns out to be true. There's going to be rumored to be a Gears CGI trailer because, obviously the development of Gears is still in, pretty early. Obviously, it's in the early stages, so don't expect to see any gameplay. Obviously, Microsoft just, bought the rights to the franchise this year. There's going to be a presentation of whatever Lionhead Studios, the developers of Fable, has been working on, and a Forza Horizon 2 is also rumored to be shown at E3. So that's all that I found for Microsoft's E3. Now let's move on to Sony's E3, which is a lot more, like I said, a lot more in depth, a lot more information. But either way, this is going to be an exciting E3 from both Microsoft and Sony with what they're, putting on display. So for Sony, there is Uncharted 4, and there's supposed to be a trailer that showcases a mix between in-engine footage and some actual gameplay segments. And they say the visuals and graphics in this game are going to be like groundbreaking. They're going to be amazing, and the game is rumored to have a 2015 summer release, which would be different because Uncharted always released in like middle of the fall time. Other than that, Media Molecule will be showing their landmark title that they've been working with that uses Morpheus. It's supposed to incorporate a 3D world, and like I said, is really supposed to utilize the virtual reality headset that Sony has been working on. Next, allegedly, Gran Turismo 6 is supposed to be coming to PlayStation 4, and is going to be 1080p, 60 frames a second, repackaged. And I'm not sure if this is on the list, the God of War Ascension rumor. No, I don't think it's on here. But God of War 4, it will have a teaser trailer. It will only be like CG and snippets of the in-engine footage. If the Gran Turismo 6 and God of War Ascension rumor turns out to be true, it really seems that Sony is trying to bring, their 2013 catalog to the PlayStation 4 for people who, probably didn't get to play it. It seems like those things will probably be true. What else we got? Killstrain, which is said to be related to Siphon Filter in a way, like a spiritual reboot or something, and it's being developed by Sony Bend. It's supposed to be like somehow revamping the franchise. And I've always said it, I wanted Siphon Filter to make a comeback. Y'all know I love my third person, games and shooters. And Siphon Filter was a great game, but they kind of like threw it in the handheld gutters after a while, so they only made games on that. I really think it needs to make a comeback to consoles. There's supposed to be a new Wipeout coming to PlayStation 4. Quantic Dream has a trailer prepared. They showed that really strange Sorcerer CG trailer at the first E3. Obviously, probably because they didn't really have a game to show, but it was just like a display of what they've done, a visual display of. It was a tech demo. Freaking A. They didn't have no damn game ready. So it's like, hey, let's whip up a tech demo and show people what we can do with this. So other than that, there's also Ready at Dawn, which will have their Order 1886 stage demo ready. A lot of people are looking for that. That's supposed to have a fall 2014 release. Ninja Theory is said to be working on a PlayStation 4 exclusive, rumored to be a Heavenly Sword sequel, Heavenly Sword 2. After the original Heavenly Sword came out, what was that, the first year of the PlayStation 3? What was that, 2007 or something like that? And a lot of people have been calling for a sequel ever since, so this might be it, and I think that would be really huge. Let me tell you something. If Sony actually presents all of these rumored things at E3, even though a lot of it is going to be CGI trailers and not actual gameplay, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with all of this content, all of what they're going to be offering, all of this from, you know, their studios. Man, it's going to be, E3 is going to be crazy. You knew all their first party studios were working on something, and it's all just going to come together and be just an onslaught of a whole bunch of great quality games and releases. And I'm not even done yet. Sony London will be at E3 apparently, and their first AAA title in years, and it's supposed to be a third-person title. I think Sony London made, or they were supposed to be making, the Getaway game. And I've been called, that's another game along with Sci-Fi and Filter. I'm like, yo, I want the next Getaway. I want to play that. Because what was it? The Getaway, because after Getaway Black Monday, there was supposed to be one on PlayStation, another one on PlayStation 3, and that got put on hold or canceled. One thing I don't see on here is the game that's never gonna come out until Jesus comes back. What I can't remember the name. It's been, you know, the game that's been delayed since the dinosaurs. The last Guardian. Yeah, that. There's no word on that. Man, I don't know what's the situation on that. You thought like this could be the E3 that they finally bring. Let me tell you something. If they do all of this and then also show the last Guardian, it's over. Like, this is too much. This is too much greatness right here. Guerrilla Games will be showing their new IP, which is said to be an RPG. Like I talked about before, they're getting away from Killzone, and they'll be showing off their new RPG game. Sucker Punch is still working on Infamous. They're still supporting Infamous. Some Second Son DLC is supposed to be coming in that DLC. There will be new powers included apparently. Next, the game that's been garnering a lot of hype and attention and said to be like the spiritual successor to Demon's Souls, Project Beast, made by Sony Japan, will be making its debut. Oh, and actually they did mention Last Guardian on this list. So yeah, there's a possibility of Last Guardian according to this list. This seems too good to be true. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. All of this seems way too good to be true. But last but not least, we have Evolution will be showing off some more Drive Club. There's also a Grand Theft Auto 5 rumor that Sony will be showing Grand Theft Auto 5 on PlayStation 4. It says Rockstar might not be there because they don't really show up to E3s at all. But apparently, if there is actually this Grand Theft Auto 5 next gen version, Sony will present it on the stage themselves. There's even a rumor that there will be a slight teaser to the sequel to Last of Us, and there will be some content of the Last of Us PlayStation 4 remastered version. Let me tell you something. I don't believe this. This is too much. Did you just hear everything I talked about that is rumored to be at the Sony conference? No way. I don't even think, like, not even 70% of what I said will be at Sony's E3. If I can't believe it. It's way too good to be true. Not possible. I just don't think so. I think some of the obvious things that we heard on this list, yeah, and a few more of the likely things, and maybe one of the more unlikely things will actually happen, but I can't see all of this happening. This is way too good, way too much content. This would kill. So I can't see all of this happening. And this will be a lot of content to show at E3. I know they have, what do they usually do? Like a two hours? Hour and a half, 2 hours? Man, like, I don't think time would be a constraint, but damn, this is a lot of good stuff. But that's all I got for y'all. The lists of both of these are in the description. Let me know what y'all think about all this. I'm out of here. Peace.